Hi there, and welcome back to Bali. This is a Resorts Revisited tour and review of the ANDAZ Bali in Sanur. In short, it got better. A whole lot better, and I'm going to tell you all about it. If you're new here, I'm Kevin, the Flip-Flop Traveler. If I want you to know one thing, it's that the opinions in my videos are honest and my own. If you'd like to know more about what, how, and why I do what I do, scan the QR code to read more. Have a look around the channel. There are hundreds of flights and hotel reviews to watch. This gorgeous resort tour begins now. If you're a bit confused, don't be. Occasionally, and by occasionally I mean twice, I do resort revisited tours. My first one was of Lalia Ninvan Bay, and my second one is here in Sanur at the ANDAZ. I don't go out of my way to make these videos, but simply do it when a hotel or a resort that I've revisited organically has seemingly gotten better. So today, we're going to take a deep dive into a different room category, this time a private pool villa, have a brief look at the grounds these days, and then put the incredible food on display. This isn't going to be a feature-length review though, so be sure to check out the original ANDAZ Bali video when you're finished with this one, linked above and in the description. The design of the ANDAZ Bali here is pretty unique among resorts on the island, and I think it's a very nice midpoint between a big box resort and an intimate, heritage-focused boutique resort. The property and its 149 rooms and villas were designed in collaboration between Bangkok-based Tierra Design and Tokyo-based Spin Design Studio. The concept for the resort design is a traditional Balinese village with a central square for congregating, eating, and entertainment. Then woven throughout the property are a lot of surprisingly cozy and moody spaces which just ooze this sense of long-lost tropical hideaway. If you travel in Thailand a lot and some things are looking a little bit familiar, I'd bet that you've been to the ANDAZ Jumped-In Beach in Pattaya, the sister property of this resort. In Pattaya, it's exactly the same concept, but through the lens of Thai traditional design. I was there recently, and that full review will be coming out in mid-October. Let's take a quick look at where we are. Sanur is an easy 25-minute drive from the airport in Denpasar. And it's kind of a love it or hate it location, and if I'm honest, I never really understood the hate. To me, it's like a combination of Seminyak and Jimbaran. Chill, but plenty to do in the area. The ANDAZ is right here, directly next to the Hyatt Regency Bali. When staying at the ANDAZ, if you want to use the gym or spa facilities, you would just pop over to the recently renovated facilities at the Hyatt Regency. My review of that resort is coming out in mid-September. This is starting to feel like a content ad. Let's check out the 3 pools on offer. Near the front reception area, but really well hidden to the side, is my favorite pool on property, and dare I say, one of my favorite pools ever. It's laden with foliage and shaded throughout much of the day, but has just enough sunlight poking through to keep that lost luxurious vibe. Note that the pools are temperature controlled seasonally. We can find the other 2 pools closer to the beach. This is the kids' pool, which frankly doesn't have the most family-friendly placement, just kinda to the side of the main corridor. Just a quick FYI, if you're planning a trip to Bali, you've got to check out my Bali playlist, which has 14 resort reviews from all over the island. It's linked in the description. Then we have the primary beachfront pool. A couple of things to note. The pool continues via a little river of sorts back to some of the ocean view rooms, making for lagoon access rooms on the ground floor. There's also another block of rooms on the other side with lagoon access, but I much prefer them as it's shaded and the lagoon is more of a true, lazy river lagoon. It's detailed in the full review. One small detail that I always pay attention to because I think it says a lot about a resort are the chair coverings. Dirty or dingy lounge coverings are a huge turnoff to me. I'm glad to say that these here at ANDAZ are still vibrant and well taken care of, 3 years after opening. Okay, let's go check out my villa. Funny thing is, I'd never been to this area of the property before. I honestly didn't even realize that it existed, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I want to return to the map to show you about these villas, all of these private pool villas that surround this central water feature, and the problem that you might have with them. The problem is that the road is right here, and half of the villas are directly next to it. And yes, 100% you can hear noise both inside and on the outside of the villa. If you book a pool villa, I absolutely implore you to contact the property and specifically request a villa that is not in the row closest to the road. This time I was here with my family and we had 2 villas and I requested to be moved. Luckily, they did have 2 other connecting villas available, though the one I ended up in had an accessible bathroom, which wasn't an issue. Once you enter, you're in your outdoor lounge area, which has a plunge pool and an outdoor living room. The pool is great for cooling off, but certainly isn't big enough for a proper swim. I've heard in the past some guests noting that these villas feel a bit claustrophobic, and in most circumstances I would agree, but not here. Having compact, relatively speaking of course, outdoor spaces with high walls is very common in Bali, and if you're looking for a private pool villa on the island, you'll likely see it often. The living rooms of the adjoining villas can be attached by opening this sliding wood door. Heading inside, it has all of the good hallmarks of the deluxe room that I had last time, but with a much better layout. Again, relying heavily on Balinese-inspired fabrics to set the mood for the room. As we look around, I'll put up the extra bits. Note that 90% of my filming was done in that first villa, and I think just a bit in the second one. So if you notice some shots where things look reversed, that's why. I am truly a sucker for a nice welcome spread, and really wish more resorts would invest more time in this. Note that I say time, not money, because let's be honest, there's very little cost here. A handwritten note, what, 10 cents of labor? Half a kilo of snake fruit, $2, maybe? 2 small local sweets, $1? A bag of cashews, $2? A beautiful hydrangea, let's be generous and say $2. So we're talking about $7 to make a great and lasting first impression, which is priceless. I love that the villas have small kitchenettes which are stocked to the brim, and I'll note stocked much better than last time I was here. Last time I remember complaining about the oft-brand soft drinks. Remember that this is an ANDAZ, so all of the snacks, plus non-alcoholic soft drinks, plus bintang are free and restocked daily. Onto the bathroom. It's a great spacious layout with a beautiful design. Personally, I love all of the grays and wood tones, but I do think it wouldn't have killed them to put a bit more greenery just outside of the windows. It was on autoplay. I was multitasking. I was feeding my macaque. These are all real reasons, kinda, why I often forget to click the like button on videos that I actually did appreciate watching. So anytime a video creator asks me to click the like button and subscribe, I do it in that moment. Why? Otherwise I'm gonna forget, mark my words. Grassroots support is what keeps channels going, much more so than any algorithm ever could. So if you enjoyed this video today, be sure to click all of the buttons, but just the good ones. My Patreon is also linked in the description below. Thanks very much. And finally, we've got the walk-in closet, which will get the job done for just about anybody. Okay, let's check out the food. Arguably, one of the standouts at this resort. We've got 2 dinners and a whole lot of breakfast to show off, so I'll rate each dish on a scale of 1 to 10. The first night was at the Fisherman's Club. First up, we have the salmon sashimi with mango and ponzu. 9 out of 10. The first time I had this was a 10. On this occasion, it just seemed a bit sloppy, but the flavors were top-notch. A sirloin salad. 8.5 out of 10. Could easily serve as a main dish as well. Really flavorful beef. The Fisherman's platter was a huge improvement over last time. Everything cooked and cleaned very well. The platter itself gets an 8.9. The 2 sides I ordered were kimchi fried rice, which was an 8.5, and shredded corn, shredded, quote unquote. I'll give this one a 4. Served with kimmangi butter and coconut, this felt like a kid's side dish. Barramundi cooked in a banana leaf, served with wok fried vegetables. A solid 8 out of 10 combined. For dessert, a mango creme brulee with coconut ice cream, and a very easy 9 out of 10. And the next night, we head to the village square. A duo of appetizers. Suckling pig croquettes with sambal jam. Suckling pig, never a bad choice, 9.5. Then one of the better pomelo salads that I've ever had. Honestly, it's so rare to find a perfect pomelo salad. Often the pomelo is dry, or a variety that is bitter, or the dressing isn't balanced, or the shrimp is hiding. This one was perfectly balanced, 9.8 out of 10. For dinner, satay ayam, or chicken satay. Flavor-wise, this was a solid 8.5. But since you can get basically the same dish, just smaller portion at breakfast, for free, let's say 7.8. Then the Australian prime sirloin was well seasoned and cooked, but I'm not a kid, so please don't cut my steak. Maybe we should have served this with the corn, 7.5 out of 10. Along with that came oven sweet potatoes with tahini ketchup. I like the preparation, but I get spoiled with Vietnamese sweet potatoes, 6 out of 10. Last up, a chocolate lava cake with coconut ice cream, a solid finish at 8.2 out of 10. That night, when I got back to my villa, there were 2 of their signature ANDAZ beers waiting for me. The next morning, I headed to the beach before breakfast to catch the sunrise. One of the benefits, in my opinion, of staying on the east side of the island. Now, hold your thoughts. This is low tide. The beach doesn't always look like this. Here's how we're looking midday. Beautiful clear waters in every direction. Okay, now on to breakfast. Any of you that paid attention to my breakfast rankings in the St. Regis Dubai video know this is gonna be good. The concept is an a la carte buffet. Order whatever you'd like until you burst. I mean, until you're reasonably satisfied. First up, hats off to them for making a truly interesting breakfast drink menu. It's a very rare occasion when I order something besides my trusty Americano at breakfast, but this is one of the times when I'll go experimenting a bit. Okay, let's get into the food. Matcha Bircher Muesli. Just as good as last time, an 8.8 out of 10, and I don't even really like matcha. I think the most beautiful individual fruit plate that I've ever seen. This is the fruit plate for 1. 9.5 for giving me jackfruit. Soto Madura. Braised beef shank, 8.3 out of 10. Crêpe fromage, 10 out of 10. We can stop here. I had one every single day. The mushroom and cheese together were next level. This was the local dish of the day, which of course I didn't write down, but I do remember that the egg was delicious and the rice was a little bit overcooked, so let's go for a 6. Soufflé pancake, 8.9 out of 10. Ask for extra syrup. ANDAZ prawn omelet, 9.9999 out of 10, only because nothing will ever beat that crepe. Perfectly fried and not greasy in the slightest. Simmet bagel with honey and mint labneh. You had me with mint labneh, 9.1 out of 10. Bedougal berries with caramelized banana, kefir, and homemade coconut granola, 9.89 out of 10. Last but not least, the croffle with miso butterscotch sauce, 9 out of 10. Honestly, I can't think of any other resort that I've ever stayed at that got me hyped up thinking about breakfast months after the fact. I'll strongly note that this got second best breakfast overall simply because of one specific dish that I had at Como Point Yamu. But I can say without a shadow of a doubt that ANDAZ Bali has the best breakfast program in Bali. That is a fact. The way they're able to maintain such a diverse menu and keep the execution at near perfection is one of the more impressive breakfast machines that I've ever witnessed. And as I'm standing here right now writing this, I'm considering switching the ranking with the Como. I guess you'll find out in the next hotel review. So let's do a quick recap and mention the service. Dinner service was leaps and bounds better than last time I was here, and service overall was much better, more mellow, more natural. If I had to guess, in retrospect, I think the first time I was here, there may have been some corporate trainer types among the staff, which made everyone a little bit uptight and feel a bit scripted. Now the service feels much more lived in. They're comfortable with it, and you can tell. As for the grounds, the breakfast, the rooms, the landscaping, the pools, the beach, everything is exactly where it was last time or better. And that says a lot for a hotel these days. So if you enjoyed this video in the slightest, make sure to check out the original full review. Side note, and this is not a plug, but just want to mention that of my Patreons, there are 2 resorts that consistently I get the best feedback from. Here, the ANDAZ Bali and the Regent Phuquan. Neither of them surprises me in the least. This is not a fluke. This is just a really great resort. So I hope you enjoyed this resort's revisited tour. If you did, please be sure to click the like button and subscribe for 2 new videos each week. I'll see you next time for part 2 of my craptastic Qantas experience from Adelaide to Darwin. Oh, and as always, thanks for watching until the end.